going on. In a different world, you stay the same. I just hold my breath, don't make a sound. I'm running, I keep running, I keep running. 'Cause I can see you quite as clearly now. I'm running, I keep running. You know that space between us, sleeping awake, is where you can still remember dreams. I swear I'll always love you. You know that place between us, sleeping awake, where you can still remember dreams. I swear I'll always love you, and that's where I'll be waiting. 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 She don't like the flash, wanna keep us in the dark. She don't like the fame, hate it when we're miles apart. And it's getting to the point where it's too much for her. Wanna throw us all away 'cause it's too much for her. She can't hide away 'cause the world knows who we are. She don't like the lies. She don't like the lies. She don't wanna share with no one else. Want me to herself, don't wanna love in front of the camera. She don't like the lights. She don't like the lights. She's giving ultimatums. She don't like this life. Yeah, she said if I loved her, I'd give it up, won't think twice. Whoa, can't do that. And it's getting to the point where it's too much for her. Wanna throw us all away 'cause it's too much for her. She don't wanna live this life. She don't like the lights. She don't like the lights. She don't wanna share with no one else. Want me to accept, don't wanna love in front of the camera. She don't like the lights. She don't like the lights. How can I choose between the two when all the lights are all I know? I wish you could see how good this could be. I hope that she waits a little bit longer, 'cause I don't wanna live life without her by my side. 'Cause she gives the light that's in her, but she don't know. She don't like the lights. She don't like the lights. The lights. The lights. The lights. She don't like the lights.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the first show match of the weekend. We have the EU show match with Big Brain Boys versus Team Trash. I am Penguin God, joined here by Meowing Cat. How are you doing today, Meowing Cat?
Horrible.
Y-
Thank you for asking.
We appreciate you, Meowing Cat. So, we have here some of our wonderful, wonderful, wonderful staff members on the blue side. We have in the top lane, we have our wonderful Jarsa Ben. In the jungle, we have Xenix. Mid is Barrel Boy. Bot is uh brain delay. Um, sorry, bot is Wei
Wei
Zhao
Zhao,
and support is Vision. On the red side, we have in top lane Dep Guy. Jungle is Chewy. No, in the jungle for blue side,
Team
sorry,
Trash.
is Oz. Sorry, I misspoke there. Mid is Xenix for red side, and then Niter and D are on the bot side for red side, which is Team Trash. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so we had some NA members swim over the pond to play in the EU show match,
Yep.
but it's still all staff. It's still on the EU server, so those NA people are going to be a little handicapped, but not too much, hopefully.
Hopefully not too much, but we already see some interesting matchups with this Cassiopeia and Azir in the top lane. We do already have the pro draft done. We do pick some bans beforehand in the pro draft to make sure that anyone who has a limited champ pool, especially on an alt account for our NA folks who are over on the EU client, we got to make sure that they uh, uh, have the capabilities to draft properly.
Yeah. And, I mean, in this meta right now, there is kind of a thing called ADCs don't exist. And early game, they are very exploitable. However, you can still play an ADC and do very well with them. So it's going to be interesting to see what these teams are going to be running in that bot lane
Hmm.
specifically,
Yeah,
because there's a lot of flex picks in this game. Like looking at the
yeah,
pro draft, just as it is, you can't even say, "Oh yeah, this is bot lane." You don't know. I mean, there are 5 flex picks per team pretty much, except for the jungle. So it's going to be really interesting to see who puts what where. But in this current meta, honestly, it's kind of, no rules. Texas Showdown, anything goes.
pretty
So
much.
catch your opponent off guard, kind of pull something cheesy out, play it wherever you want. There's no meta right now.
Yeah, so for us casters, this game, this match, and the match tonight are gonna be kind of almost impossible to really evaluate from a logistical standpoint, considering um, the the staff like to meme us and troll us when we're doing these show matches. So pretty much anything can go anywhere. Like we have, Vigar, Lux bot lane, Lulu in mid is your top, Cassiopeia top. Like, blue side's pretty meta. Pantheon is a good jungler. Gragas has been going mid. I mean, I don't think Barrel Boy is on the same level as Panunu, but we'll see about that. Galio can support fairly simple. He's big boy tank. He does CC and stuff, so it's pretty easy to tell that he can probably support pretty well, but the rest of red side is just um, kind of up in
Yeah.
the air, other than like the
Looking
Ivern.
at red side, I got a big problem with it. If you go down the list, every single champion is ability power. There's a problem where you have a full AD comp with maybe a support as your only source of AP, and the enemy just stacks armor. You're against a Galio. Yes, he is support. He's still gonna stack that magic resistance. Heck, if anyone gets behind on that team, just throw on some magic boots or magic resist boots. Throw on some AP or magic resist items. Just build full magic resist, and you literally cannot lose.
Yeah,
I mean, Banner of Command, you could get that if you want some extra magic resist. It has a lot of armor, but you can get a locket. You can get anything really that has any magic resist, and you're just gonna destroy the enemy team.
now here's a theory question for you. What if, now hear me out, what if this Lulu is going machine gun AD Lulu?
But why?
Because Lulu, she can just buff herself and do so much damage. Think about all the
Yeah.
support she's gonna get with the Vigar wall,
Actually, it
Lux,
might be an
Ivern.
ADC Lulu.
It could very well be just like an AD Lulu, but like That I'm not sure how that would fare against the mass amount of CC that Team Big Brain Boys has over here. I mean, they have Cassiopeia, Ult, Pantheon Stone, Gragas Bodies, Body and Barrel, Misfortune Slows, and Galio Stuns and Slows and stuff. Like, it's gonna be it's gonna be pretty nuts. How the carries of Team Trash survive here. They have to be very, very careful as far as where they stand and where they go. They cannot get picked off here. They don't have a tank. Just looking at it right now, they don't have a front line. Whereas 3 of the 5 members on Team Big Brain Boys are tanks. So maybe we'll see the tanks on Big Brain Boys go full damage, and then the carries on Team Trash go full tank. We'll have to see that.
Yeah, there's a lot of speculation about what can and can't be done with these teams, but I do want to mention that, okay, you brought up the Lulu ADC. Now, Gwinsu's ADCs and Blade of the Ruin King ADCs are very strong at the moment. So, in theory, if there was ever a meta for Lulu ADC to be played at all, it is this one. But I do think that it is Lulu mid with that barrier selection, and then the Veigar teleport bot lane,
Well,
which we have been seeing a lot more.
see, I'm not
This
saying
teleport.
I'm not necessarily saying that if it's Lulu AD, it has to go bot. I'm saying the Lulu
Yeah,
AD
even mid
can go
lane,
mid.
it would be better than
We'll
before.
we'll have to see what Xenix chooses to go here, but we're gonna send it over to a quick break while we load in. Enjoy some music for a bit, guys. Don't touch that browser. We'll be right back.
Can you feel it? Get on up. Can you feel it? Get on up. Can you feel it? Get on up. 'Cause your body really needs
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and here we go with the game. I am still Penguin God, and I'm still here with Meowing Cat. Still stuck with him for now. We have the same teams. On the blue side, we have Big Brain Boys with our lovely head coordinator, Jarsa in the top lane. Coaching support member, Ozdoc in the jungle. Coordinator, Barrel Boy in the mid lane. Building is Wei Zhao, a coordinator, coaching support member, and caster on the AD carry position, and Vision, the coordinator on support.
Yeah, and on the on the red side, excuse me, we have Team Trash with Deb Guy in the top lane, Dewey in the jungle, Xenix in the mid lane, Niter Shadow on AD carry, and Disaster on support. Although it says Ems, I'm confused.
I think Disaster is playing on Ems' account.
We do not condone account sharing.
We do not condone account sharing, but we will see. But we have a weird level 1 invade coming in here. Red side is on the wrong side of the map. The taunt goes down onto his ear. Getting pretty low, but so is the Galio. Galio gets ignited, but the first blood going on to Deb Guy there. What a funky invade.
Yeah, you don't want to be invading and then be the one giving up first blood.
Yeah.
And you definitely have to be very careful invading into a level 1 Pantheon Cassiopeia with the Gragas and Gallia to follow up.
Exactly.
That's
that was the amount of
very
CC,
over aggressive.
The amount of level 1 CC that Big Brain Boys provides is ridiculous. So I will point out, Xenix has Doran's Blade and Conqueror. It's happening. Prophecy.
Yeah. Yeah, and that lethal tempo as well. Gotta mention that. That Lulu is definitely looking to run some people down.
Yeah.
And look at that poke in that mid lane. Barrel Boy getting extremely low.
Yeah, this AD Lulu just doing a lot of damage to Barrel Boy being poked out. Barrel Boy can't heal up with his passive fast enough. But we already see here that Team Trash, their aggressive play and their synergy is doing well for them. Ooh, nice damage onto to D there to get some return damage. D was poking out the Misfortune pretty early, but the amount of damage that Misfortune can provide in this lane is just pretty massive if she can use her passive autos correctly.
Yeah, and I want to mention that Galio pick again. Now, normally I think Galio's support is very kind of suboptimal, very underwhelming pick. But against that heavy AP team, he can actually itemize a lot of ammo. Oh my god, gank in mid lane.
Lulu already a half AP, has to burn Flash Barrier, but gets ignited and gets taken down despite all the Thunder spells burn. And top lane, you have a little bit of engage going on. Deb Guy getting real low, grounded he is, but the phase rush gonna get popped. Not gonna quite get the kill there. But Deb Guy having to burn his Flash for the ghost of Jarsa Ben there.
Yeah, definitely good for Jarsa there. You know, Ghost for Flash, good trade, as well as getting a lot of health and mana out of Dead Guy. This is Azir not having a great time in that early laning phase, and in this long lane, it allows Cassiopeia to kind of land those Qs and kind of run him down. In the mid lane, he's much safer with that leap, but oh, look at this Lux.
Double stun, Lux getting stunned up, taunted, so much damage, a nice root coming out. D able to sustain herself through that, but having to burn Flash. So many flashes burned. On the side of Team Trash, 3 out of 5 down. The only flashes that are up right now are Jewies and Niters, and that's just on the Ivern and the Vigar, and they're both going to want to stand back anyway. Now, we have to consider how volatile the composition coming out of Team Trash is. No tank, very little CC. They can just get run down so easily by the front line of Ozdoc, Burial, and Vision with all these big boy tanks, all the CC they provide, just the way they can get on you without much of a problem. That's gonna be pretty tough for the team to take care of.
Yeah, and with that Lulu mid pick, you know, we were thinking, okay, it's either AP Lulu or it's on hit Lulu. Now, if you go AP Lulu, you can then buff the Azir and give him a lot of attack speed, give him maybe an Ardent Sensor or something if you're going to go for an Ardent as well with that AP. And be kind of supportive, but also have poke. now her shields have very little value, and she has to W herself for that attack speed. Look at the Ivern gank in the mid lane, though. Not
Yeah,
gonna hit the Q.
Yeah, not gonna quite get the root on, but it does put a bush out to try and get some extra damage. Shield on himself to get a little bit more. Slug going out, red buff hitting him a little bit, but not a whole lot going on there. But ooh, the root coming in. Misfortune getting hit up so low, but Lux is getting taken out right quick. In that bot lane, return kill. G was trying to get the damage, but doesn't quite respect the damage coming out from Wei Zhao and Vision there.
Yeah, and you know that Galio, as we mentioned, normally very suboptimal pick, but having that extra magic shield, he's taking very little poke from this Veigar Lux bottom lane, and Veigar out of mana, not able to bully him out. Galio only having to use one pot, you know, if we pay attention to that. Just complete domination by this bot lane with, you know, the more standard AD carry on that Misfortune, and not even taking the Comet for the extra poke, going for that Conqueror for more of an all-in kind of build. So this is a little bit brutal to see, honestly, and we didn't expect this kind of domination, especially with, you know, a more all-in Misfortune build.
Yeah, this is kind of a slippery slope for Team Trash here. If they start losing, they're not going to be able to gain back what they need. But Ben getting a lot of damage taken in the top lane, but he's going to return some here. Just some straight up HP there. But Conqueror doing some work in the mid lane, but that's not really going to amount to much, considering either of them have enough mana or HP to back it up. I mean, Bois has the HP, doesn't have the mana, and Xenix doesn't have the HP or the mana, really. But anyway, like you mentioned, the team comp for Big Brain Boys is just going to be able to run over the mentality and the low stats of the rest of Team Trash, especially with an AD Lulu like this. Top lane, a lot of damage being returned. Deb guy getting low. He has no flash. He might go down here. Oh, but return damage. Ben getting ignited, having to back up, respecting the damage coming out.
Yeah, and I mean, a little bit miscalculation there. Not hitting enough abilities to get those empowered E's, and just not getting enough damage for the mana. So after he burned all that mana using those E's that weren't empowered, then Dev guy just walked back and just slapped an ignite on him and said back up, and then, you know, that just nullifies the engage. But he still does stay in the lane, so he's pushing it out. He actually could have let it slow push towards him, so a bit of a mismanagement of the wave here. This actually looks very decent for Dev guy. Once he gets back here, he can freeze the wave, he can bully the Cassiopeia out of lane, and she's gonna lose a lot of minions.
Yeah, Cass is gonna have to lose a lot of minions, but you also have to remember Dev Guy's items are subpar at this point. But a lot of damage going the bot lane. Conqueror, Vision flashing in to try and get the kill, but rain of bullets coming in as well. Not gonna quite get the kill on the Niter because of the flash coming out. Teleport was also burned, so he's not gonna be able to come back into lane very easily. He doesn't have any more potions after this one runs out.
Oh, look
too.
at this Ivern.
The Ivern get coming in. Taunt gonna get him after he gets stunned. Vision trying to tank up for him. Pantheon ult coming in though. The Grand Skyfall coming in to get the kill on the Niter with the spear. D is the next target. The electric going in, double kill for the Pantheon. And damage coming out onto Wei Zhao. Daisy gonna get it. Daisy going ham.
A lot of question mark pings coming out on that one, and Wei Zhao gotta feel the pain with Jui less than one auto away from dying. Maybe even an E-tick would have killed. That was tragic. But look at this Flash Gragas! Mastery 7 coming out from Barrel Boy. My lord.
He really is the Barrel Boy, but you know, didn't get anything from that, so. That's why he's the Barrel Boy, not the Barrel Man.
Yeah, but, you know, I want to mention this. After these champions are starting to hit level 6, you have to look at the ultimates on the side of Big Brain Boys. They have a lot of strong ultimates. They're definitely a lot on cooldown right now, as, you know, 3 of them are used.
In the top
that
lane,
last
though,
fight.
another engage. Stun coming out, Petrify onto Deb guy. Deb guy getting taken low already, but the return damage coming out, having to flash, does get taken out.
Yeah. Kill going over to Jarsa. And just, that's Cassiopeia for you. She hits the Qs, she hits E's.
Oz the next target getting rooted up there, a lot of damage going out. The Grand Entrance coming in to return. Lux getting taken out right there. It's Taunt coming down on a Niter. Killed, double kill for Pantheon again. 5-0 is Pantheon. They're going to turn on this Infernal Drake. It's absolutely massive for a tank comp like this. Getting free damage when they wouldn't normally build it is going to be ridiculously good for them.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we were expecting to see. This, we didn't mention it too much, but Pantheon Galio can be an extremely strong combination because Pantheon can go anywhere he wants, and then you have a Galio ulti on top of him. It is a very, very telegraphed play when it does happen because you have the Pantheon ult indicator, and then after he lands, then you have the Galio ult indicator. But it has a lot of zoning pressure, and once Pantheon is in that backline, that Galio ulti will be very hard to get off. So we saw a little sneak peek of what that would look like. Pantheon didn't ulti in, but you know, there's a lot of teamfight ultis on this team for Big Brain Boys. You have the Cassia ulti, she can get all 5 members with that. You have a Barrel, you can get all 5 members with that. You have the Misfortune ulti, very good at team fighting as well. And so you just have this massive AoE team fight, which is a little bit wonky. You don't have some super hard engage besides for the Galio Pantheon combo. But if you can get it off, you can easily wipe this full squishy team that has no survivability whatsoever except for Ivern Shield.
Yeah, Ivern's really the only shield that's going to happen, especially with Xenox going this on-hit build. Not going to quite be able to get the shield quality that Iron is going to get, and therefore isn't going to be able to support the team as much. He does have that ultimate coming in during these fights. It's going to help a good bit, but not nearly as much as they could if they're going AP. But the Grand Skyfall coming in, Taunt going to come in as well, gets both of them. Dominating is Ozok's Pantheon. The shot going to come in to kill the Lux.
Yeah, and those Pantheon ganks, you gotta watch out for that. You can't push up past River when he's level 6 unless you know what side of the map he's on. Or you know that you're safe enough to disengage. D still has the flash but didn't manage to make it out, and Niter Shadow had no way to survive there, so again, this bot lane just not having a great time. And you know, we've had this kind of shift in the ADC meta where there's finally some kind of change.
Oh, but the top
I
lane,
don't know
Ben
if
gonna
Veilguard
dive.
support is a change. Oh.
Ben gonna dive, get the kill, the Ignite going down, taking a lot of tower shots though. A teleport coming in, Niter potentially gonna get a kill for this? Nope. Ben's just gonna walk away and have some fun.
Yeah, oh, but look at Niter, he still does have the ultimate. Primordial Burst.
Oh no, Ben, why'd you stay? You saw the teleport. Oh my god, he misses it. Doesn't quite get the damage. Niter taking so low, but does get the kill onto Ben through that. So Ben almost outplayed that and got a double, essentially.
You gotta be careful for those minions, Niter.
Yeah. Niter, you're getting real low there, buddy. Niter,
Oh,
no.
Misfortune's coming too.
Oh, but Iron's there too.
Oh.
Misfortune doesn't have flash, so she's not gonna be able to get there.
Yeah, Weezhou not getting it.
Oh, but the stun coming in. We're looking at the map. It doesn't matter because Xenix is going down the mid lane again. Oz getting 6 kills in this game already. Half the kills in the game onto him.
Yeah, Ozok going crazy, and you gotta be a little bit curious about why pick 5 AD or AP champion.
No,
Because-
but Ian, Lulu can go AD. That's the whole
True,
the mentality
but she's
behind
going
it.
on hit. You know, why not
Yes.
just play Lucian mid or
Yeah.
Varus or anything that has
Yeah.
AD?
Oh, Grand Skyfall gonna come into the top lane. D is the next target, but not gonna have the. Ooh, the flash coming out, the taunt coming out next. Oh my god, that's a lot of damage coming out. That is a dead Lux. 050 is this Lux. And the top lane turret is going to go down, the second of the game for Team Big Brain Boys. Niter Shadow going to try and do his best to defend, but not going to quite happen. Has to burn the stun wall, taunt, not going to hit. The redemption coming top. Oh, the return damage. Root coming out on Division. Less than half health. Not enough damage on the side yet, but he is going to go down to Niter Shadow. Niter Shadow picking up a kill for him.
Yeah, they do finally get a return kill, and onto Niter Shadow, definitely a good target, because if he can get some farm, he can definitely still do some damage, even against all the magic resist that they will be stacking.
We saw there that Deb Guy was trying to interrupt the blue take from Ben, but Ben just turns around and smacks him a little bit. Oh, but he gets it. Deb Guy stealing out that blue buff. Ben has to be mad at this point. He is going to try and go in onto Dev Guy, but Dev Guy flashing, trying to get the kill. But oh, Ben, you're trying to die for it. Doesn't have the mana. He's out. He doesn't have the blue. Oh, Xenix flashing gets the kill? Question mark. Trying to give it over. Nope, she's just going to take the kill. There it goes.
Yeah, and he just got a little bit angry there. Blood in his eyes as his blue went bye-bye.
Yeah, it's decided to tower dive without knowing where the rest of the team was, and then decided to kill himself for it. So, Barrel Boy getting some damage on it by the taunt. Flash landing on two. Two people are gonna get taken out here. Barrel Boy put the CC onto the Lux. Lux getting taken out again. This poor Demacian getting destroyed over and over again as this mid lane tower is the next focus for the team of Big Brain Boys.
Yeah, and I realistically don't see a way back in the game for them. They have a full AP team, and yes, Lulu is on hit, but that is AP on hit. That is a Nashor's Tooth Lulu. She's going to be doing 95% magic damage, and just a little bit of physical damage with that attack speed that she has.
Yep.
And so, realistically, they just stack magic resistance and end this game pretty easily. They might not do that, as I do see a cloth armor picked up on Vision, instead of maybe like a locket or something.
Well, Vision might be going like a supportive item.
It looks like a Knight's Vow.
Yeah.
If I had to assume, I'd guess a Knight's Vow, but yeah, there's still 3 members without any magic resistance. That the Pantheon, the Gragas, and the Misfortune. So they're just saying, hey, we're ahead. We're just gonna roll you guys through. That does leave an opening where they are still very squishy, while they do a lot of damage. So if they can get a 1v3 situation, they can definitely pick out members, as we saw top lane a 2v3.
Grasscraft coming in mid, not
Team Trash won.
Not quite in range, but the next Infernal Dragon going to be the target. We're only 16.5 minutes in. We already have 2 Infernal Drakes, and hopefully the directed camera will show us what the third one's going to be. Question mark? Nope, directed camera doesn't care about what the next dragon.
It's another Infernal.
Is it another Infernal? Wow. Thank you, secondary camera, but Dev Guy being the target. Oh my god, he interrupts the grand entrance. The bullet time coming in, not going to happen. Dev Guy getting out by 1 HP, the skin of his teeth. That was kind of a meme play by Dev Guy, but he does get out. Just a return of his ult for 2 ults coming out from Weezhou and Vision. No, Root coming out onto Barrel Boy, though. Barrel Boy having to burn his cast, but actually puts Xenix right close to him. Having to burn Protobots to try and get away further, but he has to get under tower, but does get taken out. Dive coming out for Niner top lane, but Weezhou was the target of the tower, so they're going to change their mind on that. They're just going a little too ham at this point. This is maybe the way that they come back out into the game if Big Brain Boys just throws over and over again and gives up kills, because Niner is just going to Primordial Blast that Misfortune. And Oz gonna get taken out too. This is what I'm talking about. The throws, the kills going over. They're feeling it though. Niner Shadow gonna keep right clicking forward. Doesn't quite get the damage on the Vision. Vision gonna use the Blast Plant to get over. And is that gonna be it, or is Dev Guy gonna go in top lane and try and get a kill too? Tower gonna be placed down this top lane, but nothing gonna come of it. It looks like. I think it's time for Meowing Cat to talk now.
Yeah. You weren't stopping, buddy. You were. I'm just letting you go.
They were going. They were just going ham. I had to go ham too.
But yeah, I'm having PTSD of my ranked games because this is just such an easy game for them to win. Just build some magic resistance, don't dive stupidly, and then win the game. They don't want that. They want to make montage plays. They're going full damage, not a single magic resistance item on any of those 3 members still. And well, we see they're kind of slipping up a little bit. You know, it was 15-3. Now it's 15-7.
None of the real frontline has a magic resist item. The only Vision has the boots, and that's it. Cassiopeia is more tanky than the frontline. That's something to be pointed out here for you guys, but that's a lot of kills and a lot of gold going over toward Team Trash, but we should point out that they still don't have a single turret. They don't even have a lot of damage on any of the turrets, so it's not like they're ready to be taken down either. They were losing lanes from the start, so even if they win a fight, it's going to be hard for them to get anything off of it, and that's something we have to consider as we go through the rest of this game is, yes, Big Brain Boys can throw, but the degree to which they can throw is going to be diminished. But a fight happening mid lane, the taunt coming in on the two people get taunted, the whole time coming in is melting the team. Night does get the kill on the Barrel Boy, but nothing else going to happen in this mid lane. They're just going to back up. that was a 1 kill on the Barrow Boy. And that was it.
Yeah, and there we see, you know, not
Oh,
having any
flash
magic
root not
resistance-
hitting, and nothing gonna come of that, and that was just them trying to interrupt you there, Man Cat.
Yeah, it is a flash for flash, so you know that is
Yeah.
important because MF flash is very valuable, and it makes her an easier target. And how are they throwing this?
Yeah.
It's against a full magic resistance team. The only thing they need to do, or sorry, a full AP team. All they need to do is build some magic resistance and win the game.
Well, but Grand Skyfall coming on top for Dev Guy. Dev Guy gonna try and get some damage off, having to burn the ultimate to try and put M under tower, but Oz grabs the kill with the spear after the flash of Dev Guy. But oh, Niner Shadow gonna flash into the Petrify, but does get hit by the stun. Did Ben flashing out of that, lots of damage from that AoEW there. Oh, but the Rip Trail are gonna be channeled top lane to try and grab that tower up for themselves. And then there's an engage going on mid, but not quite gonna happen there. So
Yeah.
all in all, that was just 1 kill. Just one.
Yeah, and Ozdoc, he's
Oh,
setting
but
on a BF
Oz-
sword.
You're gonna get pretty hyphy here, but misses everything and goes down. That's one downside of Pantheon, is that if you go too ham and you don't have backup or you can't kill people, you just die. And that Rift Herald was burned for absolutely nothing. They couldn't even get the tower in mid lane.
You know what would make him not die?
MR, boys, this is
Yeah,
what we're
a
talking
Hex
about.
Drinker. He could have easily picked up a Hex Drinker instead of that BF sword. He could have, you know, started building Hex Drinker into Adaptive Helm. He could just run through everything. He'd still do plenty of damage, and he would never die.
Yep.
We don't see. I don't think we're gonna see a single Adaptive Helm come out this game because of greed. Their worst enemy is themselves because they are just greeding for damage. They're greeding for dives, forcing way too hard. You know, using an ulti and a flash to tower dive when you could just take a safer play, just siege down towers together. You know, just play smart.
Yep.
These staff members are just memeing their way through this game, and we
Yes.
can see that it's not paying off very well for them.
That's very true. Vision's going to be taken pretty low here. Doesn't keep on taking out. But you guys have to remember, those in the audience that are not staff members, the students out there watching, do as they say, not as they do. Staff members love to meme in these matches, in the staff show matches, and so this is just them having fun. They're just kind of enjoying themselves. So if they go ham, they go ham, and it's our job as casters to evaluate it. But Grand Skyfall gonna come in. Bark, Bork, we shall get out of here. Thank you very much. Jewy gonna get, sorry, not Jewy. Yeah, Jewy get taken out really low, but the ult coming in. Return kills going over, mid lane going down, but Ben getting some return damage. The Grand Scoffle gonna protect him. Niner Shadow gonna be going really low next. Oh, he does take the golden path. Wei Zhao gonna kill him. Wei Zhao getting a kill for himself, but top lane finally one turret going down for Team Trash, and now I have to ban Wei Zhao from the casting team for interrupting us during a cast.
Yeah, I didn't know that he was a dog, but
Secretly, oh my god, that damage! What? What was that?
okay.
That was 2 shots. No, that without the passive. Well, the first shot was with passive, but the second shot was without passive. She's got no crit. What was that?
Yeah,
What?
well, that's Conqueror. I mean, that's
Oh my
just
god.
Conqueror lethality. She will destroy some people's health bars, and that ultimate will do a lot of damage. We have to, you know, make note that if there is a Galio who ultis in and then gets a good taunt off, Misfortune will actually pentakill.
Yeah, for sure.
That is expected to see, and so it's all about just getting those good engages. They can easily force neutrals, get vision in the enemy jungle, you have the priority, and then once they start pushing up, contesting your vision, then engage with the Galio, with the Gragas, with the Pantheon ulti, and then, you know, Galio ulti to follow up, and you easily win a team fight. You should have numbers advantage, force the objective, easily secure it, and then you can then push down towers.
Yep. We should mention
Hopefully
though
we see that instead of some kind of fiestas. And the laning assignments are a little bit weird. No teleport, Cassiopeia's bot lane, Pantheon's getting caught out.
Pantheon, yeah, gets stunned up. Daisy coming out to grab the help with the kill, and Xenox grabbing
And now
it
they're
up
walking
there, so-
towards them in the river? What are they doing? What is this?
You saw him get killed there, but they think they can take it on. Misfortune is really strong, does get the taunt down. This Fortune's doing a good bit of damage, but not quite enough. It's a 4v2. You can't do this. Wei Zhao, Barrel, or Vision, get out of there. You do manage to get out with the extra movement speed, but Wei Zhao is turning back around. They want to 3v4 this. I don't know if they can do this. They're not that far ahead anymore.
Yeah. Well,
Baron
yeah,
being
they
started
aren't
up
that far
though.
ahead. And now, without their jungler, they don't have smite, so they have to force them off of this and win this fight.
Oh, the nice ult coming in. Grabs the depth guy, but so much damage coming out with that final illumination spark blast boy thingy. Oh my god, double kill, triple kill coming out for the Misfortune. This is what you were talking about, the pentakill coming out. Not quite. Wei Zhao gonna do so much damage. Does get the quadra, no flash to get the penta, and Jui just gonna run away. Grand entrance to make sure that Wei Zhao doesn't die though.
Yeah. Oh, they're looking for that penta. Oh, Wei
They're
Zhao,
looking
come on,
for it.
chase it.
Wei Zhao is
No,
gonna look for it.
he's
Oh,
not
but
gonna get
they
it.
found him. They know where he is. They see the sweeping lens. They're not gonna go for it though. They're gonna go for the smart play. It's something they haven't done yet. Oh no, Oz, no. That was so mean.
This is just a game of throws.
That's the you thought moment. You thought you were safe under your own inhibitor tower when you have 3 towers up. Oh my god, but Ben did so much damage in this mid lane. Didn't need to be there. Why are you still there, Ben? Get out. You're gonna die to Niter. Niter's just gonna hit you. Oh my god, the flash towards Niter. Oh, nice movement speed coming out from that Q. Keep turning around. There you go. Good job. Barrel Boy there to protect him. Oh, the turnaround. Barrel Boy getting taken out, or Niter Shadow getting taken out by Barrel Boy. Sorry. The return. Niter going a little bit too ham to try and grab that kill. Oh my god, Deb gonna be next target, having to get the ult coming out. But that Lux is gonna be another target. Oh boy. This game,
There's a Stormrazor Pantheon.
there is what we call a Stormrazor Pantheon. That's what he was building those items for. There's 3 Infernal Drakes and a Cloud Drake coming up next.
You know,
This
the Stormrazor Pantheon does have a little bit added synergy. His passive will crit, and so with that Stormrazor, he can actually get a lot of extra movement speed when he's finishing off low health targets. His Q, I believe, does not proc the Stormrazor movement speed, but his auto attacks on the passive will. So if he lash out somebody with his auto, and then gets that, you know, extra 15%, Pantheon, when below 15% health, he will crit a target, right?
Yeah.
And so if he gets that with the Stormrazor, he will get a lot of extra movement speed. So it's a little nice added synergy for him, but it's not a Mav the Mortius or a QSS. So still a little bit questionable.
Yeah, questionable is the word I put that, but D having to flash away. Realizing that she can't stand up to the Barrel Boy here. The Barrel Boy going to be the target. Not quite going to be able to get out, except he does. Oh no. No Ignite coming out quite yet, but having to flash out. The auto attack not going to do it. Grand Entrance coming in just in time. Barrel Boy is at 200 HP. Bless you, Meowing Cat. We're both having some issues with our bodies here.
My body is perfectly fine, thank you very much, good sir.
Thank you for that, but Ben in the top lane is the split pushing god on Cassiopeia. I don't think he's team fought once this game.
Yeah, no. He's just going full split push. He has his tier fully stacked.
Oh, but
he's
mid
going for
lane.
a second tier. Excuse me? A second tier? Is he going... Is he going quadruple mana item Cassiopeia?
What a man our headquarters.
Is he gonna get a 30-something minute Rod of Ages and then get a mana mune?
He's not gonna get a rod because he already has the Abyssal
No,
Mask.
but he is.
Oh my god, that's the catalyst. Oh my god.
Yes,
they're going
he
for the-
isn't, but he is.
I guess he is, but Big Brain Boy is gonna go for this this Baron, knowing that the rest of the team is in their base, and that's gonna be a free Baron for them. This was a smart call, about 5 minutes ago. But they finally get to it. What is going on this game? Yeah,
Game of Throws.
that's a 28.5 minute Roa coming out for Ben.
Yeah, that is a thing. Is he going double Seraphs? No.
He
No, go Manamune.
I guess.
It procs on your E, do it.
Oh, Grand Skyfall gonna come in, Night Shadow. Real spooked. Oh my god. 2, 3 shots. Oh my god, the clutch Zonia is not gonna save him. Gonna be cool looking though.
If there's no mana meme by the end of this game on this Cassiopeia, I'm gonna quit.
Yeah. Please don't. Please build rare mana. I need casters.
But other than that, I mean, you have the Baron pushing in. You have a mid inhibitor down. There's no one top lane, but it doesn't even matter because you just outsat them at this point. You finally have some magic resistance on this Pantheon. He got his Merc Treads. Still nothing on the Gragas or on the Misfortune. But Pantheon's got some boots at least.
Yeah.
It's something.
It's something.
It's something we can hold on to in our hearts ever so dearly.
Ever so dearly. They built some sort of MR. But now they're going to siege this bot lane with the Baron and button. The taunt coming in, bullet time coming in as well. 2 kills going over. Godlike is this Misfortune. Not going to be the next target. Blue red turret destroyed, red inhibitor destroyed. So many things going down. I was so far behind. Next is going to get taken out. That is so far 1 game for Big Brain Boys. But this is a best of 3 for the staff show match, even though the regular show matches are going to be in best of 1 format. Staff show match is going to be a best of 3 for you guys. So we do have at least 1 more game coming in after that ace. Meow and Cat, what would you like to see change for next game? And not just
I would like
everything.
to see Team Trash actually pick champions. A composition would be nice.
The composition would
Instead
be
of just hitting the random button and then throwing something into that lane. I definitely like to see Big Brain Boys use those brains because that wasn't what we were seeing in that game. And yeah, probably just change every single thing possible from that game.
Yep. And so that's going to be it for that game, but we have a game 2 coming up quick. But I am going to be stepping out because our wonderful Zeta Beta is coming in to replace me as play-by-play. So get ready for that, boys and girls. We'll be back in about 10 minutes so that the players can do a pro draft. But we'll be back relatively quick. Don't touch that browser.
Speed of light. Speed of light.
And intro.
What is up, guys? You know it, you love it. It's Learning Fives. We're back for another show match game. It is the EU staff show match. Of course, my name is Zeta. Joining me is my good friend Meowing Cat. Meowing, it's been a while since I've talked, and that last game was a heck of a doozy.
Yeah, it was an interesting game. 5 ability power champions on one team made the game a little unbalanced. However, throws from the side of Big Brain Boys did help even the odds a little bit.
Good, fair enough, because after all, even if the Elise doesn't land a cocoon, they're still going to want to ban it out. That Team Trash doesn't get to pick that again. And it'll be interesting, you know, with the shifts towards the bottom meta. Do you think that we're going to possibly see some more bruisers this game?
Yeah, so last game we did see the Veigar bot lane come out. It did not perform very well at all, as the bot lane went in lane a combined total of 0 and 7. So we might see some more standard 80 carry picks come out. However, it doesn't look like that will be the case. So I'm a bit interested to see what's going to be coming out, especially from Big Brain Boys, as everything is just flexible at the moment. And honestly, I honestly do see a possibility of a flex coming out from Team Trash as well.
Yeah, Flex could be it could be happening. You know, the Lucian can play mid, it can play top. We haven't, of course, seen it do that well top in the professional scene, but this isn't the professional scene after all. And we've got some Amumu in the game already, so, you know, things are shaping up to be a little bit more interesting than the last time.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not sure where that Soraka is going. Um, we did have a little Soraka top thing happen in a show match quite a while ago. I don't know if that's what we're seeing here. I definitely don't think it will be healthy for the Learning Fives community if there is another Soraka top lane. I think that it is kind of an unspoken thing at this point.
Hopefully, you know. Um, but with so many niche picks coming out, you know, it's obviously very hard to analyze where they're going to go with the ban phase. Could they target more of these junglers? Do you think it's really still going to be all about this, you know, target ban phase?
Yeah, so the pro draft isn't matching up to the pick ban that we see, right? So you know they're you're wondering why are they banning that when they're already picking champions for that lane. But I do think that the Amumu will be in jungle. I'm gonna say that. I'm pretty sure the Amumu's in jungle. I'm not
Hopefully.
100% confident in that, but I think. And I want to see what they pick up as the AD carry here. They are allowed to trade if they want to, but I do think that it is a Master Yi AD carry.
Yeah, Master Yi ADC, we've seen it in the jungle, we've seen it paired with Tark, but we haven't seen it in the bot lane. And is that because of the fact that Master Yi isn't, a fantastic AD carry? Or is it because of the fact that he just hasn't had time to break into the bruiser meta?
Yeah, so I do think that Master Yi has been a pretty decent champion for a while. I mean, a champion that's able to be played at a high level with such a low skill cap is probably going to be a pretty strong champion, especially in the hands of an experienced member in lower elo. So, I definitely do think that it could work out here. And we did see building come out very good last game on the Misfortune pick. Now picking something a little less meta. I believe that is Wei Zhao that is playing on that building account.
I believe so. Again, there's a lot of account swapping going on in order to try and make sure
Yeah.
everyone can play, but we shall see if that is indeed Wei Zhao. He's got a bit to live up to then. He definitely needs to step up to the plate and deliver on this Master Yi AD carry.
Yeah, and I mean, matching that, it might be an Irelia AD carry with an Ignite. I don't know if he's watching the stream and switching last second or something, matching the combat summoners of the Master Yi, but that looks to be, at the very least, a double Ignite bot lane with Irelia Braum or Lucian Braum, and honestly, I don't know why you wouldn't just put Lucian bot lane at this point, because you have Lucian Braum. That is a very good bot lane already. And I don't know if Irelia is better than Lucian in bot lane. I do think the whole ADCs are out of the bot lane. It is a little bit of a knee jerk. It isn't that big of a deal, I think. I think there's versatility and there's options bot lane. I don't think you can just slap everything into this lane though. And so having the double ignite also seems a little bit interesting to say the least.
Yeah, the double ignite, it signifies, more than just we're committing to the bot lane. It signifies we're committing to the bot lane and we have no regard for our personal safety, right? They're believing that the Braum passive is going to be enough to disregard Master Yi as a whole. And that could very much be the case. Braum is a very good champion in the 2 versus 2, but in your opinion, is that enough to make up for the Soraka top and Lucian?
Yeah, so looking at this team, I do see Wei Zhao on the Master Yi with a full support team built around him. I'm not sure the exact build that Soraka will be going. It might be comparable to some other builds that we have seen in the past of full active items. And oh my gosh, don't tell me. Okay, it's not. I thought for a second it might be. But I do think that is going to be kind of an AP poke Soraka top lane. And so that will mean that she will have very good ultimates for the healing on the Master Yi. And there's still the Galio, who, if Master Yi goes in, he pops the ultimate, just runs in. Galio will follow up with that ulti. You also have a Zillion who can speed up that Master Yi, drop that ulti on him, the Chrono Shift. And then you have an Amumu who can lock people down for that Master Yi. So this is just a full-on playing around the Master Yi comp. You have that attack damage on the Yi, so, the 4 APs isn't a problem because they have to build armor against the Master Yi, or at least health. And so they can't just stack magic resistance and just nullify your entire team, as we saw happen to Team Trash last game. And so there is a very kind of sound composition here, where it's just protect the Master Yi. While on the flip side, Team Trash, they kind of just picked what they wanted to play. And their summoners also reflect that, with no teleport whatsoever. With, the Irelia going double ignite bot lane, I believe. It's an interesting choice, to say the least. Very inefficient as well, because you can't stack the ignite.
Yeah, that's pretty fair actually. And because the fact that they don't have a heal in the bottom lane, they could have still taken heal. They could have still taken at least an exhaust. If they ever get ganked by that Amumu, there's almost no way they're going to survive the, whole CC chain. I don't think, at least, that Master Yi's going to pass up an opportunity with 2 taunted targets to rip them apart.
Yeah, well, I think we should be going to a quick break as we are loading into the game, so don't go anywhere as we have Big Brain Boys versus Team Trash, Game 2 coming in your way in a hot minute.
Alright everyone, and we are live into the match. We've got ourselves Team Trash versus the Big Brain Boys. I believe that was the official name, but I'm not super sure. We're gonna make sure in some time, but right now, we're gonna introduce the 2 teams. If you weren't here for the first time, Team Trash, I'm Yo-Yu, top lane, Dewey in the jungle, Stoffel in the mid lane, Night of Shadow at AD carry, Irelia, and Ems at support.
Yeah, and on the red side, excuse me, we have Big Brain Boys with Jarza Udistone on the top lane, Amy-kun Ozdok in the jungle, Barrel Boy in the mid lane, Building, which is Wei Zhao on AD carry, and Vision on support.
Then, a little bit of an invade, a little bit of a trade in terms of jungle priority. Pretty interesting, but we shall see where these 2 teams end up, because after all, they do have to worry about, walking into a bush that's occupied, right? If they go back, if they find out that they've been counter-invaded, they just instantly die. There's so much CC on both of these teams, nobody's ranged, nobody's face-checkable, that everybody who's, vulnerable, who's forward, is at risk of dying.
Yeah, and both of these teams are very, very... Oh my lord, what is this? They're putting Master Yi top lane? There's a reason you can't lane swap anymore, and that's because of those top towers being very beefy early, and those bot towers being very paper in comparison. They're just...
Okay.
Everything is just going crazy.
I mean, you don't really need to,
The Predator Mumu going for a level 1 invade on the blue, almost gonna die here. Has to be very careful. Doesn't miss it! Oh my god! Jimmy with the blue buff steal!
To be fair, he is the jungler. He does have smite, and he uses it to great effectiveness as they pursue onto Amy Nux, looking for that kill. Night or Shadow. He's ignited. He's actually exhausted as well. He does not have the flash, and he gets flash taunted for a kill. Building is gonna pick that one up, and Dewey, one auto attack will bring down the massive side of that Galio. But as the statue crumbles, so does the Karma, and the Amumu got out. So 2 for 1 for Big Brain Boys.
Yeah, and the end result of that is a kill on the Karma, but she has her jungle heavily delayed. Amumu was, of course, in a horrible position right now. 0 camps, 0 everything. And the Karma, the Soraka with the solo kill in the bot lane.
Okay. I mean, I thought the Soraka was actually going to be a liability. It turns out it's actually an asset. Great play there by Udistone. Not so great by Building, as he goes down under the turret from passive. Just too much for that Master Yi to bear.
Yeah, and I mean, this Master Yi is a big carry of this team. Giving him that early double kill is definitely not what you want to be doing, as Wei Zhao should be scaling up even faster with that. Going for a cull, definitely looking to not scale up faster, looking to scale up and hit his power spike much sooner, however, once he gets that cull cashed out.
Yeah, if he can cash it out after all, because if he goes back towards the top lane and starts to walk into the Braum passive again, I'm not so sure he's actually going to be able to live through this.
Yeah, it is definitely a very risky lane for the Master Yi because he has no escape. The Galio does have a lot of CC, but doesn't have any kind of buffing potential. You need the Zillion for that. And so we see right here, he has to commit for an all-in.
And there, if he commits for the all-in, he risks going down, but so does Knight or Shadow. One auto attack will start to reset his Q, but even if he goes into alpha, he doesn't want to go under the turret when he is pursuing somebody. So for right now, backing off. And that means that the level 1 Galio will continue to stay in lane. Once he gets 2, it's going to be a little bit more dangerous because now he has that punch most likely. He has leveled it up, and if he Justice punches in, gets the taunt, Irelia could die very, very quickly. Master Yi still has the Voodoo style active.
Yeah, and we see Jui coming in here. No escape on that Master Yi, no flash. He will be able to walk out, but same can't be set for the Galio.
Yeah, he misses the taunt though, passive onto Vizen, but they don't actually finish it off. There we go, Jui finally gets that auto attack, but they're not going to proc it in time onto building. He's able to save his support, and if the dive happens, they're going to need to make it very, very quick. One auto attack will do it, and Vizen burns down to Ems as I'm Yo-Yu gets ganked in the bottom lane. The minions are very, very large though. Careful, Soraka, you don't want to step into that, because even if you're strong, you're not that strong. And after Vizen is down, remember, no TP on the Galio. Even with the Zillion here, I'm not so sure that they can fight this, right? It's 1 versus 3, 2 versus 3 if he walks in. Building might just want to think about backing off.
Yeah, and this bot lane is extremely close right now. If Soraka has her E, it is a kill. 11 seconds until it is up. But that Lucian does have a little bit of kill pressure in the meantime. Oh, he's actually having to back up. Yeah, the Soraka's laning very well. The kill pickup on the Amumu, however, that double buff for Lucian, gotta make that lane a little bit easier.
Absolutely, and once he comes back from it, it's going to be a very quick 1-2 punch. You know, he's going to look at the Soraka. Soraka's going to say, oh, I've made a mistake, and then she's going to explode. Absolutely explode. I mean, the point of the Lucian is to cheese early. The point of the Soraka is also to cheese early, but the problem is she doesn't have a reliable form of self-healing beyond an AoE ground skill shot. So if she misses that, she's going to actually go down very, very quickly, and as soon as the Lucian gets the culling, she can 100-0 her with just WR.
Yeah. Now, as one of the experts in Soraka top lane, and one of the pioneers in the Showmatch Soraka top lane, the tier coming out is a little bit interesting. But the Dark Seal start with the Corruption Potion means that she's going to have a lot of early sustain. And so this is something that I've done myself personally, and it does help kind of, you know, smoothen it out, where if you do miss a Q, you still will have some form of sustain, and it isn't the end of the world. It's kind of sort of how Singed would do it. You know, if he takes a lot of damage from minions or the enemy champion, just pops a Corruption Potion or two, and he'll be okay. And so Soraka kind of doing the same thing here. It means that she can take a few more trades against his Lucian, but he has Vamp Scepter, so he will actually sustain up as well. And with that ultimate, we'll have to keep an eye on that level 6 bot lane. Oh.
Justice punch in. Culling has already been used. I'm Yo-Yu. He does want to pursue, but Dewstone, I mean, he's got health. He's landing Q after Q, and if he's still regenerating, there's no ability for the Lucian to be able to actually pursue and kill him when the silence is always there, always waiting. As soon as you start a combo, you're thinking you're going to start dashing around, it's AoE silence and you get hit again.
Yeah. And this Master Yi does have a level 6, but hasn't really been playing aggressively yet.
Moo getting an invade on, but he doesn't realize that that's actually a full collapse. Jui has to be careful. Bandage toss doesn't land though. That means that Amy Nux is going to be able to walk away, but doesn't get to walk away with a kill. Now with the Justice Punch in, the fight starts out in Alpha. Master Yi chipping away, demolishing actually Knight of Shadow's health bar, and as Amy Nux walks back towards the top lane, he flashes forward to secure the kill. Bandage toss lands onto the Braum as well. Ems is going to be going down for that double kill. It just matters to who. The shield is not enough as Barrel Boy picks himself up a kill. Jui, even with that double buff on, I'm not so sure he's going to be able to live through this. He dodges out the bomb though. Everything's going to be fine, but the turret, not so lucky.
Yeah, and Wei Zhao getting another 2 assists there on that the Master Yi. Sadly didn't pick up either of the kills, but still getting a little bit of gold in his pocket, and this first blood tower will be added gold. It looks like they're going to split it 4 ways, but it's still some gold on that Master Yi. And so as soon as he starts scaling up, it is just going to be a very tough time. He's getting zillion levels, he's getting that zillion speed. In team fights, he's going to get that Galio ulti. It's going to be a bad time. And look at this Lucian out of mana. I don't think he can stay in this lane. I think he's forced out. I think Soraka
really
wins the
think
sustain trade.
Yeah, if he stays much longer than this, he's just gonna start losing.
Soraka has the
after
E
all.
in 4 seconds. She does have Ignite. We might see some kill pressure on the Soraka. If she could just land one more Q.
Yeah, no, it's literally just Flash. I mean, if Flash silence into Ignite Q, because once you silence, he can't dash. It's just that is the kill then.
Yeah.
Not gonna
And he
happen.
will respect that in recall, which is gonna mean that he will lose some of that CS advantage that he has built up. But yeah, Soraka not CSing too well. Missing another minion and missing the cannon on that previous wave as well. Just subpar CSing when having an advantage free CS kind of just misplays there. Yeah, that's just something you gotta do with practice. And Soraka autos are very, very bad. I will be the first to admit that. But if you're gonna pull out the Soraka in lane, you gotta practice those banana autos.
Yeah, you really do. And if you don't practice the banana autos, you're gonna find yourself at quite a bit of a disadvantage. This Rocket's all about the cheese, all about the early kills. If you don't get any of them, you're probably gonna die.
Ooh, the
Lands on a
CC
brawl.
chain.
Good CC chain. Ems is dead, and they're gonna look for Dewey as well, trying to convert into 2. The taunt's not going to be needed, but he flashes forwards and is going to collapse on them anyway. The disarmed Master Yi, he starts to revive. This was the composition that you were talking about. There is no way to kill this man as long as Zillion is present.
Yeah, and there's one little gripe I do have about this composition, however. Yes, you have the Zillion to give you speed, but one big thing about Master Yi recently, you need Celerity and you need Nimbus Cloak. He doesn't have either of them. He went Resolve secondary on this Master Yi. And so you're losing out on the damage from all that movement speed on the Celerity. Plus, you know, the Zillion's gonna give you movement speed. That's gonna be extra damage there. And so I really dislike that he went Resolve secondary. I'm just looking at his ulti and he's running at like 20 miles per hour instead of at like Mach 20, you know?
Yeah.
Bit of tower trades going down here. Health advantage so far for this bot tower, or against this bot tower. But it doesn't look like they'll finish it up as Karma's coming in. Broad multi.
Very curious, Braum ulti doesn't seem to actually be needed, but you just don't. He wants to turn this around, but is it
Look
too
at this-
late? He's burned Flash already as Ignite down on himself, and he is going to go down to just 2 more autos. Flash forward. I'm Yo-Yu. Picks up that kill, but he has to be careful of Mumu. Starting that run top lane. He's going to be spotted by Pinkboard, but I think he's still going to get this kill. There's no turret to protect the Lucian.
Yeah, and Jarsa getting solo killed there on that Soraka, really not good, especially because of that Magi's upgrade.
Auto to death.
Yeah.
So tragic.
Predator and Mumu. But look at this bot lane fight. It's 4v3, but really good Brand ulti.
Alpha! He was in Alpha! That doesn't work like that! It's fine, they don't care. Nighter Shadow might be wanting to kill off Chewie, but spares his teammate's life. You're gonna owe the Irelia for that one, but is the Zillion gonna owe more? Barrel Boy starting to try
He
to
has a
dodge
chrono
around
shift.
the turret. He has
Oh, used it
ultimate,
really early.
but
Oh, that's
he's gonna wait
tragic.
around. The stun is there, the auto is there, Chewie picks up the kill.
Yeah, a bit antsy with that ultimate. Barrel Boy using it quite a bit too early and doesn't have any chance of, you know, living there. Unfortunate on that Zillion, but that's a big swing around here. And with this Master Yi comp, you know, you don't want to be slipping up and letting him die first in these fights. You got to be using that Galio ult on him. You have to be using that Chrono Shift on him. And now the Soraka looking to 1v3 here. Amumu coming in behind. Amikun getting the Q.
Ooh, it's a bit of damage. They're looking to finish off the last one. Astolfo trying to not get a Mumu'd, but underneath this turret, the bandage toss finds its mark. The barrier though is just enough, and even with the Soraka running forward, slowed by the Braum, means that she will not be able to get that silence field, pick up the kill. The turrets are no longer even, though, as building has come back. He's knocked that down and gotten the turret advantage for his team. 2 T1s to his name.
Yeah, and wow, that barrier brand definitely coming in clutch there. Oh, as the Zillion. Okay.
Okay. I don't really know how to call that one, I'll be honest. That was,
Barrel Boy just barreled his way into his own death.
it's a good way to put it.
game is becoming really close though. Gold lead, less than 100 apart. And, you know, I was thinking it was going to be much more dominant with this Master Yi, with this composition, especially with that early lead that they got. But I think the lack of the Celerity Nimbus Cloak on the Master Yi means that he's a lot less oppressive than he otherwise could be, with all that movement speed chasing people down. And, you know, they're not capitalizing very well. They're not using the Highlander into, you know, with the with a Zillion speed up. And then the Galio ulti, it's kind of just, they're letting themselves get engaged upon instead of doing the engaging with the Master Yi. And it's not working.
Well, we'll see if they do decide to swap up their strategies soon. After all, they still do have turret advantage, but it's not in this mid lane. And the one thing their composition does not do well is siege.
Yeah. They have, you know, a Soraka as their range champion, Soraka Zillion, so if they can get some tower autos off, hooray, but it's gonna take a long time, so they need some forced engages, they need to win fights, and it needs to be with Master Yi still alive, so he can take towers afterwards. Because without the Master Yi, you have a lot less objective damage. Amumu does, however, have a full AP build, so he will be able to burn neutral objectives like the Baron and Dragon. But look at this engage here.
Oh, that's pretty good, but maybe they're going to be able to convert on something a bit more. Oh, ultimate. Not going to land. Brand with 2 kills, though, is a pretty good start for Team Trash. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, they didn't die, but it was pretty close.
Yeah, and if Amumu hit that bandage shot, she could have just popped an ulti, got a quadra kill there.
Lands. Niter Shadow, he's still around. Remember, cannot count out the Irelia
Oh, Flash ulti!
during this game. Flash R is there, and the shutdown is on the Zillion. 2 kills for him and his compatriot, and they get away with it. No ultimate even needing to be used by Barrel Boy. He just gets the kills.
Actually, Amumu ulti didn't even hit any of them. This double kill went straight over to Zillion.
Right beforehand?
Yes.
Oh, that's amazing. Barrel Boy now uses the ultimate. Lucian is in a bit of trouble as well. The culling, it's off, but Unistone, he doesn't even have that silence, so the culling full channels onto his face, and he goes down alongside the Amumu, both of them dropping solo to I'm Yo-Yu.
Yeah, and as a Soraka top player, going for the Magi's is very disrespectful against that Lucian. In the tier, I don't know really what the purpose. It seems like an AP Soraka question mark build, but you need to be going for some armor against that Lucian. You can't be in a long lane against that guy and not have armor, because you're not in mid lane. In mid lane, you can get away with something like this, where you have the shorter lane, you can just walk out. You know, your turret's right there. In the side lane, in top or bottom, he can just chase you down. You know, he has all that. He has the extra movement speed from when he hits at W. He has boots and the Bork, so he can chase you down and slow you even more. And then he has that dash. That dash is the big one, where over time he can just dash and then dash again and dash again, and there is no way you can get away from him.
Yeah, none at all. And if you think you can get away, it's going to be a little bit of a tall task, right? Because as soon as the Master Yi catches up to you, then he still has the revive, he still has the Galio ulting in on him. At that point, it's a little bit hopeless, but Jui's looking for a catch out on Division. I just don't think he has the damage to do this. When you get pinched in by the Soraka, damage starting to stack up, fails the flash, but the punch runs into the wall.
That wall felt his justice, at least.
Yeah, it did. You know, justice had to be brought to something. It's much like when Vi first came out and you just saw everybody punching walls. But this time
Barrel
around,
Boy.
Barrel Boy, be very careful, my friend, because even if you have an ultimate, I'm not sure you have the ability to kill either of them off. Beating himself up, the Amumu goes in for that dragon, doesn't even get it. Astolfo is the one that's going to pick that up. Master Yi now in the middle of the pit. He's looking for kills. He gets one. Maybe he can pick up the second. I think that's going to be the case. Ems will fall at his blade. And across the map, we see Big Brain Boys making plays.
Yeah, and Wei Zhao looking to get another kill on this Master Yi. Does actually bait out the brand, and the Q misses. That is actually very important, as it looks like he will get this kill, gets the stopwatch out. Now Galio tanking up the tower, and that will be a kill secured for the Master Yi, but trading vision, it looks like. And that will be another kill going over to Astolfo.
Oof. That is something. At this point, you know, He's getting kills. He's still getting killed for it though. And the Brand, even though he's the strongest member of the team, he's not able to actually stay alive because everybody that he can kill can also get on his face and kill him. Lack of frontline really hurting them here.
Yeah. I'm definitely not... You have the Irelia, and she does have a stun. You have Braum with a stun, but that's pretty much... And then you also have the Brand. But the Brand has to hit... Or sorry, you also have Karma with her W. Karma W has to take a little while to go off, and you have to be in melee range of a Master E. Brand Q requires an E or a W to hit beforehand, and look at this Karma.
Ooh, Karma, that's gone. Straight eliminated off the map. Ems, now he has backup. But even with the bandage toss landing, I'm not sure if they're going to want to try and kill him. Amy Nux just bringing the bomb on in, and Barrel Boy picks up another kill. So many of these kills have just been people running in with bombs on top of them, and I'm EUW with no mana. He can't hope to fight building. Even with
He can hope.
Maybe he can. Okay, turn that around. Cancel that statement. Everything I know is a lie. And Barrel Boy, he has Guardian's Angel and he has Zillion ult, but he's gonna want a little bit more than that with the Lucian trying to pinch him in. He needs something a little bit special in order to not die. He's gonna kill himself a Lucian at this rate, and he does, flashing away, trying to escape, does even flash the mastery on the backside of that. Ultimate only catches one, and they're gonna look to turn this around. Amy Nux, maybe the bandage toss will land. Jui is here though, a non-stop action, thinking about that, the big brain NA, no, it's EU, and they've got bigger brains. Team Trash gets themselves another return kill, and the match stays within 100 gold of each other. Bandage toss, even more CC. Jui has shields though, and he's not going to fall down yet. They're gonna get the kill, and they turn it around. The Amumu just getting evaporated, and the Rift Herald gets summoned here.
Yeah, I'm guessing he was about to run out of time for Jui, and so he had to pop it there, and he at least didn't let it expire. That is better than that. We have seen that far too many times than we would like to. But these are some very interesting builds. So we have a Frozen Mallet Lucian against a Master Yi who can't be slowed. We have the Magi's Tier Soraka top lane against the Lucian. We have a Master Yi who has Winsu's Bork, which is okay, but I'd like to see the Essence Reaver come out as well. And so there's a lot of things questionable, and you know, that's not even mentioning the Guardian Angel Zillion.
Yeah, it's you know, there's a couple questionable builds, but that's the point of a show match, right? It's to do the stuff that's fun, not the stuff that's good. And heck, I don't really know. This might even be standard meta for EU West in terms of their ranked games, so maybe that is the case. But either way, still pretty effective. And the Master, he starts to be able to hit the turrets, then he can bring them down. But the question again is, how long can you maintain that against Brand, against Karma? It's so hard to keep these minions alive. You need that Baron, and they just don't have it.
Look at this yield. He pops the Highlander, runs around for about 5 seconds, because he's just so slow without that celerity and Nimbus Cloak.
Stuns are going to bring down Amyo. Building takes down the other two, and they're going to get an advantage, but keep in mind, the entire time this is going on, Irelia is up in that top side, shoving away, trying to get that, but double stuns, triple stuns, Master Yi for the kill. Everything is finally falling into place. You're talking about making the engages happen? They're finally doing it.
Yeah, and that Master Yi finally able to get kills. I don't think you need to send everyone to recall, and it looks like they will be doing the Baron instead of pushing for that mid inhib. They do have time to take it, so Jui's the only one alive. I think they could have gone for that inhib, and now with this Baron being started, we don't know how much time they have a decent amount of time. AP and Mumu will also melt it, but look at this Irelia.
Close, maybe going to be able to try and do something about this. Maybe kill off the, oh, it's not going to happen.
Doesn't have the flash.
Alive. 4,000 HP on the Baron. It will fall in due time, and Building is going to be the one to pick it up alongside Amy Nux. They've got themselves Baron now. They've got themselves away for the minions to not die to this AP clear, so now they can finally think about shoving.
Yeah, and
Done. Good dash away, though. Elder Shadow, how long can he stay alive? The question will about to be answered. Not much longer. Barrel Boy takes him out, and they proceed to get themselves a small gold lead. The first one we've seen in quite some time of 4,000 gold even with the Predator and Mumu, they can back off for now, but they don't have a way to kill this Master Yi.
Yeah, and something I want to just throw out quickly. Amika and XX has more vision score than Vision. Vision not having any vision actually, and has Eye of the Aspect, right? But also has a warding totem instead of a sweeper. The yellow trinket on top of the support item unlock isn't that great.
Yeah, it's not exactly what we'd like to be seeing, but even so, you know, there's ways around it. What we can
Oh,
say.
Amy Kun pops the Twin Shadows? Oh, yeah, I believe that is Amy Kun's.
Okay. That's a good thing, but maybe they can't actually finish it off. M's still very tanky, and he knocks up the Amumu. They start to back away. The culling has been used. Yu is just zoning the entirety of the team, and they cannot put the Master Yi in. 1 versus 4, I really don't think that's where you want to be.
Yeah, D on that Braum does disengage it. However, looks like they will lose a Drake for it. Although it is a bit of a risky Drake. There's everyone here coordinated.
They got the Dragon, though, and it's Ocean Drake to be secured for the Big Brain Boys. Building flashing now onto the face of the Brand, and he flashes over the wall to his demise. Oh. But the ultimate brings him down. That's the key, right? Even though you're an alpha, it's still going to bounce off of the minions when you're not showing, and then it bounces back to him. The turn now going to be absolutely everywhere. The GA is worth its weight in gold, and they're going to start mopping up the remaining members of Team Trash, even with that damage. Oh, wait, hold that thought. Niter Shadow, he might have something to say about this, but that's just not the case. Big Brain Boys are going to make it an ace as they start to march towards another bottom lane turret.
Yeah, Amy can going for a recall. There's no one alive right here. I definitely think you should go autoing that tower. Amumu, while not having a lot of attack speed or attack damage, the towers actually do take damage based off of your AP scaling, and so that Amumu would be whacking these towers pretty hard. And it probably doesn't make that much of a difference. They probably wouldn't have gone for that T2 or that tier 3 anyways, but you know, you can always get things done a little bit faster, a little more optimally.
Yeah, that's definitely something.
That is in fact something, correct.
Yeah, it's hard to say where this is going to go next. So what I want to ask is there a way for Trash Team to get back into this game? How do they actually kill the Master Yi, given the fact that Cillian and the entire CC chain all are lined up?
Yeah, so what they need to do is they need to disengage that fight. As soon as that Galio ulti comes down, they need to get out of there. They do not want to be damaging a Master Yi who has damage reduction. They don't want to be fighting a Master Yi who's going to get a Zillion ulti. They need to either pick someone out, either Wei Xiao or Barrel Boy, get that Zillion ulti away from them somehow. And then they need to just disengage when that Galio ulti comes down. Because, they just cannot take that Amumu damage, that Galio ulti CCing them down, and then the Master Yi just getting free damage. I would have liked to see a Locket and a Shurelya's come in this game from somebody. I think Karma could have picked up a Shurelya's in the jungle. Braum, he is building a Locket right now. However, it might be a little bit late. But does have a nice vow for that Lucian, so kind of putting all of that pressure on Yo-Yu.
Ooh, double stun. That means that this is the signal to go in, and it's the signal of the start of the end. 3 members have been caught by the Amumu ult, and it's all going to be downhill from here building. Even when he's damaged, even when he's CC'd, it's not enough. He does pop at the hands of a stall pole, but that is not it. Oh, wait, maybe they've gone too far. Barrel Boy, even with his Guardian's Angel, he's the last one alive. I thought that this was going to be a white fight for Big Brain Boys, but on the back side of it, Niter Shadow has actually brought down so many members. Now Barrel Boy, all he can do is try to dodge, and he cannot dodge for forever. The Irelia has plenty of dashes, plenty of smashing, and is ready to take him out. No ultimate. Actually, still does have ultimate. I'm very surprised about that, but the Zillion lived to see another day. The speed is nearly infinite.
Yeah, I'm also surprised about that Zillion ulti, because he didn't use it on building again. And that Brand, you can actually Alpha Strike when Brand ultis, and when the Brand ulti is heading towards a Master Yi, you can just delete the Brand ulti. And so, building kind of just using his Alpha Strike way too early just for damage instead of using his ulti as a gap closer. And because he doesn't have that Q, he's just getting whacked down. He's just stacking health against the Brand instead of any magic resistance, and not respecting him, not saving the Alpha Strike for that ultimate, for the Q or something. Dodge the stun, and we're seeing it's costing them fights. They don't get the inhibitor tower. They don't get anything really off of that good-looking engage from Amikun on that Amumu. And now they just have to play around these neutral objectives. Earth Drake spawning in minute 50, but a Baron spawning in 1 minute.
With the Baron coming up, I think that's going to be the absolute focus. But in mind, even if they start to focus on towards the Baron, they do need to keep the Master Yi alive, and they haven't been able to do so very effectively as of right now. So there is still ways to get back into this, but have not seen them really on either side actually kill the Master Yi or keep him alive consistently.
Yeah, and I want to say, Vision doesn't have a single ward on the map. Just want to put that out there. Let that settle in for a bit. You have a job as a support. Yes, you are there to press R on the Master Yi. That's pretty much your main job. But as a support, you gotta drop some words every once in a while, you know?
Yeah, you think that, at least. You think that that would be a correlating factor, but so far, hasn't actually panned out that way.
Yeah, and it hasn't been too big of a deal because of, the lack of flanks and the lack of teleport wards needed for some kind of flanker on your team. You have Barrel Boy with the teleport. He's not really going to teleport behind the enemy line, so it's not that important. But, lack of vision right here on the Baron means that maybe they miss a pick opportunity. However, they do notice that they aren't in their base, and they are just going to wail on that tower. Wei Zhao just whacking away at that. Losing a lot of health to that Lucian culling, however.
Yeah, and maybe they're going to be a little bit more cautious this time around. Vision only lands the taunt onto one. The fight is soon to start, but with building stunned up, he's not actually able to use the ultimate at all. Has to fully back out, and they're going to turn towards the Baron. They do have the inhibitor down, but they don't have a guaranteed fight win. If they get contested here by Team Trash, they could absolutely lose. So keep your eyes on this team. Are they going to fall for this bait?
Yeah, and they do have wards, as they would not notice that because of their lack of vision. There's a pink ward right there, guys. They'd notice that you didn't walk there, and they're just going to call that out, go to the dragon. But because they're going to that dragon, they are spotted out by one ward that was placed by the Zillion, as there isn't placed by Galio. So, Barrel Boy, being the support the team needs, seeing that they're doing the Drake, saying, okay, you guys didn't have that mountain Drake, we're going to get that Baron for free. And now with that, mid inhibitor is free. Super minions are pushing down that lane. It looks like they are going to actually just immediately go down towards that Braum. Barrel Boy cancels the recall.
He does, and if they can find a pick onto somebody, it would be very, very beneficial as the Predator...
Amikun running at 5 million miles per hour. I think they have it. Oh, they're not collapsing as a team, though. 3 of them are going mid.
It does land onto the one that matters, though, and this man, IMYOU, is so dead. It's not even funny. Just kidding. The shields
15 HP. Oh, there it
aren't
is.
going to be enough. The flash forward means the Master Yi will finish him off as he starts to hit towards these turrets. It's all big brain boys now in a 5 versus 4, looking for the end of the game. Master Yi in Alpha Strike is pursuing the remaining members, and even with all of these spells bursting on the ground, he is able to not stand in the fire, and there's so little health left on the Nexus. It is going to go down to the Soraka. That makes us have a GG.
Yeah, big brain boys taking the 2-0 against Team Trash. And while they might be a very suboptimal and unorthodox team, they did come out with the win with the slowing Glacial Augment AD-ish Zillion mid lane. Gotta say props to Barrel Boy, never ulted his Master Yi, but didn't need to and still wins the game.
Wow. I don't really have any other closing statements. I mean, that was just absolutely nuts at the end there. Master Yi showing us why he's such a strong champion, and Zillion, the combo with Zillion and Master Yi is just dirty, right? When you can't kill him once, you definitely can't kill him twice.
Yeah. And I'm definitely really happy with that clean 2-0, as I don't want to see a third game of that. That was was too much. 2 was enough for me.
2 was enough for you. 2 is enough for pretty much anyone. That will do it for our EU West show match. Of course, we have another show match coming up. It's going to be the NA1. If you want to stick around for that, I wouldn't. What I would do is go, get some food, then come back at 9 p.m. EST for our NA show match. Till then, though, it has been Zeta and Meowing Cat. Thank you very much for watching Learning Fives. Hit that follow if you want to be alerted. You know, when we're live, when we're doing our show matches, they're going to be pretty much every week during the season. This is just to kick that off.